watching COVID-19 and the Jamaican Diaspora. On each episode, we hope to gain a greater insight on the far-reaching impacts of COVID-19 on Jamaicans and those of Jamaican heritage living outside our island. So join me as I go across the world, canvassing the views of the Jamaican diaspora on how COVID-19 have been affecting their lives.
So I made the leap and prayed about it, of course, because I'm like fully uprooting my life to come to Japan right now. I did it and I have no regrets yet. I came to Japan, well, the exact date that I arrived here was March 22nd, 2020. And that was prime COVID-19 time. So during this time that I'm traveling, the borders for Jamaica are closing down. So even if I wanted to turn back, I could not. I came to Japan, honestly, because I needed a change of scenery. I just felt stuck in Jamaica. And not necessarily because of my career path, but I just felt like I didn't really know what I wanted to advance in Jamaica on a grand scale, to be honest. Like, generally, I did not know what I wanted to do. Right before COVID-19, I was deep in preparation mode. I was literally in the middle of halfway tree every day, trying to get things to get ready to come to Japan. I had to rush to get things. So even during the time when the most honorable Andrew Holness was saying, you know, avoid the rules as much as you can, Rochelle was out and about, still trying to get things to come to Japan. Because as I said to you, during this quarantine, or the beginning of the quarantine, I was traveling. So of course, up to the time that I was supposed to be leaving was the time when I was supposed to stay home as much as I could. But I couldn't, because I needed to get some things before I left, last minute of course. I'm still employed. I'm still being paid even though I'm not going into work. People are still having to prepare for classes as though they are going, even though they're staying home. So that would be classified as working from home, right? We also got a course directed to teaching, or how we would basically handle our classes now that we have to be exercising social distancing. So they have some changes in how they would normally go about classes to avoid, you know, peer work and having students interact with each other less than usual. So my life obviously has changed since COVID-19. I came here initially with a mindset where, you know, I'd be working, I'd be exploring because I'm in a new country. But of course, neither of those two things have happened because of COVID-19. One, I'm home most of the time, not going to school or going to work. Two, I can't really travel or go everywhere as much as I want because, of course, social distancing, as well as the fact that people are more cautious now because of the pandemic. So neither of those things have happened. So I basically had to get used to my own company, or, you know, just with my thoughts, more pensive than usual. Overthinking, of course, really bad habit that I have, and worrying. I don't even know what I'm worrying about, but I worry all the time. So it has made me more self-conscious or more self-aware of my tendencies, and those are just really bad habits. So I've been working on them. I've been praying more. So I'm also working on my relationship with God, my relationship with others, you know, people around me, my friends, my family, everybody. So I have a story. Basically, as it relates to how persons around me are impacted, I came to Japan with a few Jamaicans and a few, of course, other foreigners. A few of my other Jamaican friends who came here at the same time as me, they were placed in a different prefecture than where I am. So the prefecture that they were placed in, apparently, they noticed that there were foreigners there, and they weren't necessarily pleased with having foreigners there because of the pandemic, and they automatically assumed that the persons that were coming there, foreigners, things that you kind of have to deal with, and they literally face discrimination the same week that they arrived in Japan. During this quarantine, Google, God bless their hearts, Google Garage had some free courses being offered, and they range from different topics, but I personally saw one that I was interested in for a very long time: marketing. So I applied for the digital marketing certification. So now your girl is certified in digital marketing, and I thought that was very cool because I mean, they didn't have to, and there are so many things that people want to do but they never had the time, and of course quarantine granted all of us extra time. So generally I speak to my parents every day since I've been here, but as it relates to the rest of my family, I speak to them much more now, just to check up. We all have time. We even start having Saturday night Zoom games nights, and that kind of, I find it cute. So that's more family time for us since we all have more time. So I would say it's making our family bonds a little stronger. We have time